Good day, viewers. Do you have a pet dog that you adore? Dogs are great, in fact. You wish you could reward them for their faithfulness by giving them everything. Maybe you could give them toys and treats. Let me offer you some suggestions as a dog owner. It's essential to provide your furry child with nutritious meals. However, it's much more crucial to understand which human foods you should never give them. In today's video, we will be talking about 15 foods that are toxic to your dog. Why were avocados included on our list? What could go wrong with grapes and raisins? All of this and more will be discussed. 1. Bacon. Bacon, along with other high-fat meals, can result in pancreatitis, a frequently deadly ailment, as we already mentioned concerning cheese. Bacon is a poor choice for a treat because of its high salt level. When big dog breeds consume salty food, bloat, a potentially deadly illness brought on by the dog consuming too much water due to the salt in the bacon, is a danger, or other salty food items like ham, cured meats, hot dogs, etc. Therefore, you may stop eating bacon, bacon grease, and other salty, fatty foods. 2. Coffee. Forget about Starbucks, Fido. Coffee includes a stimulant that is harmful to dogs, just like chocolate does. Keep your coffee safely out of your dog's reach since methylated xanthine stimulates the central nervous system and can, within hours, induce vomiting, agitation, heart palpitations, and, sadly, even death. 3. Chocolate. The delicious aroma of chocolate. We are not the only ones who are dependent on it. Your stupid dog will flee if you crack open a brand new chocolate bar. They are drawn to the fragrance as well, and sugar is their weakness. So, is it allowed to sometimes give kids chocolate? Or not? This frequently causes confusion among people. They are quite sugary, which is part of the reason why. That's not all, though. The compounds in chocolate are challenging for dogs to digest. They may result in vomiting, nausea, and diarrhea. Additionally, it might result in dehydration if you aren't vigilant enough. Even as little as 20 milligrams of chocolate per kilogram of body weight, according to experts, can be harmful. The degree of adverse effects will depend on the size and amount of chocolate consumed by your dog. Consuming chocolate can result in internal bleeding, heart attacks, seizures, and even death. Because they have a larger proportion of cocoa powder, unsweetened types are considerably riskier for your dog. In other words, the more hazardous the chocolate is for your dog, the darker it is. Do you now find the list to be useful? The following item, however, will undoubtedly surprise you. But before we go any further, why not click the bell button to stay updated and subscribe to our channel for more content like this? 4. Alcohol. We all adore our dogs, so none of us would ever consider giving them alcohol. However, alcohol may be found in unexpected places. Try cleaning supplies, paint, perfume, and mouthwash. Make sure your dog cannot access them. The smallest quantity can be fatal. Vomiting, a loss of motor coordination, and difficulty breathing are examples of mild symptoms. However, if your dog consumes excessive amounts, it may experience convulsions, lung failure, and eventually pass away. According to experts, 8 milliliters of 100% alcohol per kilogram is all that is needed to result in death 12 to 24 hours after consumption. Even if accidental alcohol poisoning occurs most of the time, one event in particular has terrified everyone. A dog who consumed a lot of bad apples and drank too much wine died. 5. Salt. Do you give your dog the same meals that you prepare for yourself? Or perhaps you could give in to their puppy dog gaze and serve them table scraps. You must cease doing this. They are being hurt by it. Dogs shouldn't consume the salt included in the human diet. Salt poisoning is a dangerous illness that can result from excessive salt consumption. Dogs that are affected by it have symptoms including seizures, fever, tremors, and vomiting due to water shortage. In severe situations, it eventually results in death if not treated right away. For dogs, even 4 grams of salt is hazardous. This implies that your popcorn and pretzels are all for you. Refuse to heed their screams. Give them a dog treat instead. Ensure that your dog always has access to fresh water to drink. 6. Grapes and raisins. In other words, never give raisins and grapes to your dog. Not a single one. They can quickly result in renal failure in dogs and are exceedingly poisonous to them. Any quantity can cause your dog to visit the emergency room. In actuality, 180 reports were examined for the study. There have been stunning revelations. After consuming just a few raisins, several dogs ended their lives. It makes no difference if kids consume them raw or if they come from baked goods like raisin cookies. Both varieties are deadly. If your morning cereals contain these 2 substances, stay away from them. If your dog inadvertently ate grapes or raisins, keep an eye out for worrying symptoms including diarrhea, lethargy, and vomiting. Kidney failure is indicated by excessive thirst and low urine output. Call your veterinarian right away. 7. Sweet treats, gum, and toothpaste. We included chewing gum, sweet sweets, and toothpaste under one category for a purpose. To make the drinks taste sweeter, sweetened alcohol has been added to all of them. Though harmful to dogs, it is harmless to humans. The dog's blood sugar will abruptly fall significantly after consuming anything containing it. Within 30 minutes, the symptoms will become apparent. They include convulsions, nausea, fatigue, and even coma. The liver is eventually harmed, which results in death. This implies that you cannot brush your dog's teeth with toothpaste meant for humans. There is a certain breed of dog available. Yes, keep your dog away from any processed baked items. 8. Avocados. Every time avocados are included on a list of bad foods, it hurts. They make a wonderful sandwich and are scrumptious. However, it turns out that your dog should not consume this delicious fruit. It benefits your health since it contains omega fatty acids. However, avocados also contain a poison known as persin. Although this poison does not affect humans, it can seriously harm your dog's lungs and chest. Every component of an avocado, including the fruit, bark, leaves, and pit, should be avoided by your dog. The same poison can be found in all of them. There is a good risk that if your dog consumes it, fluid will build up in its lungs and chest. Your dog struggles to breathe as a result of the fluid buildup, which leads to a lack of oxygen and eventual death. There have been instances where fluid accumulation in the pancreas, heart, and abdomen has occurred. The problems that result from this are frequently deadly. So be cautious to keep your pets reach out of the way whenever you reach for an avocado. Choking hazards may potentially result from the pit. 9. Yeast dough. Like alcohol, your dog should never be given any uncooked yeast-containing dough. This is so that yeast can ferment and make alcohol. Now picture the gut of your dog filled with yeast. The concern is raised by more than simply the elevated alcohol level in your dog's blood, though. Even the dough will swell up within your dog's stomach, creating excruciating bloating. Since the inflated dough will also put pressure on the surrounding organs, your dog will have trouble breathing. Make sure that uncooked dough is never within your dog's grasp. 10. Citrus oil. Oranges are usually okay for your dog to consume, but citrus oil, which is frequently used medicinally, is not. This is due to the oil's insecticidal qualities, which might cause dogs' livers to fail. You should never apply it to your dog's skin medicinally, since they will likely lick it off in addition to keeping them from swallowing it. 11. Spinach. Veterinarians and other canine specialists disagree passionately on spinach. It has a high concentration of oxalic acid, which is known to hinder dogs' ability to absorb calcium and harm their kidneys. Like many of the meals on this list, how much is eaten greatly influences how hazardous a food is. A tiny quantity of spinach now and again is generally fine for your dog, but regular ingestion might have major negative effects on their health. 12. Milk. All animals are created to breastfeed and progressively wane off of breast milk as they develop and shift to solid meals and water. Mammals frequently develop some degree of lactose sensitivity after birth when ingesting milk products generally, and those from other species. Different mammals react differently, as will individuals within those groups. While milk is not legally deadly to dogs, it is still wise to keep it off of their diet. Some dogs don't mind it, but others, especially some breeds, experience severe discomfort in addition to other health issues. 14. Apples. Apples' flesh is not poisonous, but the amygdalin-containing substance found in their seeds makes them potentially dangerous. A few seeds won't likely cause your dog to die because they need to be chewed and digested in big numbers to be harmful. Veterinarians advise seeding and coring apples before feeding them to dogs, though. 14. Peaches. Dogs may eat peach flesh without any problems, but the pits can produce cyanide because they contain amygdalin, which is also present in apple seeds. To become ill, your dog would need to eat multiple peach pits, but if you have an adventurous dog, this isn't out of the question. This is why it's best to keep dogs away from peaches. The pits present a choking risk in addition to the cyanide problem. 15. Cherries. Cherries, like peaches and apples, have cyanide-releasing amygdalin in their pits, which is poisonous to canines. Because cherries' pits are smaller than those of peaches and hence more likely to be consumed by dogs, they can be even more hazardous than peaches. In addition to the poisonous pits, cherry flesh can upset a person's stomach. Did you realize that feeding these foods to dogs might be harmful? Let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, kindly hit the like button and share it with your friends. For more secrets and tips, subscribe to the channel. Before you go, we have handpicked 2 videos that will significantly benefit you. Click the videos to watch. See you in the next video.